the boy Christian. Welcome back to my channel. And today I got a highball taper for you guys today on my guy Dennis. So my first step is always to pick the hair out, and we're gonna go. My first guideline is always to bald it out. And my next step, I believe I'm gonna use the number 3 guard close, and I'm gonna clear out some of that bulk so I can clear some space for me to blend. Alright, so I'm fading up, so my next step is the clipper open, no guard, and I'm going to go up about an inch. And my next step after this is to close the clipper, go down, and fade up, and as I go up, move that lever down just a little bit. Alright, so this is the number 1 guard, and we're gonna go up the same amount, about an inch. And my next step after this is gonna be the half guard, and so on. Yeah, and right here, this is the half guard, and I'm using a lot of my corners for this step because of how the JRL half guard is made. If I use the whole blade for this section, it will leave gaps and stuff in my fade, and I have to go back and clean it up. Alright, so this is my number 2 open, I believe, and same steps. And after that number 2, then I'm gonna come back down my 1.5 for some cleanup work. And now I'm gonna slap on my number 1 guard and clean up everything that the 1.5 didn't quite catch. And now I'm gonna go with the grain with the number 2 guard, and I believe it's open. And I'm gonna do a little bit of freehanding to it. Alright, so I'm gonna start my next step, balding him out on the sides to start my high taper. And I like to line up the side of the ear just to frame my work. And I'm going in with the number 3 close to clear out my space so I can blend. And as you can see, man, he has a calic on both sides really, and so I have to go kind of across the grain and against it a lot. So right here, I'm gonna do clipper open, and as you can see, I have to turn my clipper in multiple ways to make sure I'm getting an all even cut. And I'm gonna do the same steps that I did in the back taper. So that's gonna be the lever open, and then go down, fade that line out. The number 1 open, go down with the half guard and fade that out. Okay, so on this side I switched it up. I'm just noticing I closed the number 1 guard before I went to my half guard to soften it up a little bit, because I noticed my transition, I was getting less space to spread the blend out, so I had to shorten the blend a little bit. So I just go in with my number 1 guard closed before the half guard. Alright, so this side's a little bit more uniform. So I'm starting my first guideline again, I'm balding it out, and then I'm shaping it, the taper behind the ear, lining it up so I can see what I'm doing. And just like the other side, the clipper closed, clearing out that bulk, and I'm gonna start my system. So I'm gonna shut up and let you guys just watch. All right, so I'm lining up the back of the hair, and I'm gonna try to keep it as natural as possible, with also making it as sharp as possible as well. I don't want to angle it in, so it creates that nasty grow back. So I'm following the guide of the hair. Alright, so I'm fading this beard in, and I go clipper open, and then clipper halfway open, and then closed, and then I fade back down. And then I'm gonna slap my number 1 guard on and blend from close to open. Alright, so now I'm using the rake effect to prep the front hairline. Oh, and I believe I put some spritz on there to lock everything in. Alright, and to lower his mustache, I use the number 1 guard against the grain, and it's open. And after that, I'm gonna line his mustache up, touch it up. With his mustache, you want to keep it like kind of as thick as possible, because the way his beard's shaped, if you slim it down too much, it's gonna give him a real crazy look. So right here, I'm putting a half moon part in the top, and on my parts, like, I used to struggle with these a lot. So what I learned to do is you need to come in at an angle instead of straight up and down like on your parts, and that's what creates that half moon like shape. So if you want a half moon, if you're doing a half moon part, you want to go in at a diagonal angle. Alright, YouTube, this is the cut. Man, let me know what you guys think, man. Give me some feedback. And if you stayed here to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. And I'm gonna bring some more heat to you guys, because I'm getting better, man. I appreciate y'all. The boy Christian, I'm out.